Three, two, one, action. Welcome back to Mad Marketing's YouTube channel. I'm excited to have you guys here today. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Today's video is going to be on how to be comfortable with who you are. Now, as you guys know, we focus on two things here, and that's leadership and digital marketing strategies, tactics, and we go through the different channels you can use to market your business, your venture, your services. But today, this is a leadership related video, and that's how to be comfortable with who you are. You cannot be a leader and you cannot be an authentic leader without knowing who you are. So let's jump right in. Number one, meditation is important. Some people never get into it, and their excuse for themselves is they're not in touch with spirituality, or they don't believe in these kinds of things. It does not matter if you believe in spirituality. Meditation isn't necessarily about spirituality. It's about being present in the moment, being able to calm your mind, clear the thoughts from your mind so that you are free to control the things that you think about and do with it what you will. It helps you find peace, and it connects the body with the mind. And that's what I found from my own experience. So if you haven't tried meditation before, I recommend an app called Meditate. I use it. I use the self-love meditation, and it's extremely powerful. And since that point in my life, things have really started to change for me. Practice mindfulness. Again, this goes hand in hand with meditation, but practice mindfulness. Understand the thoughts that arise in your mind, and understand if there are even thoughts that are worth thinking about, for starters, right? So here's a silly example. This morning you spilled some milk, you cleaned it up, and that's it. Later in the day, it comes up that you wasted some milk. See, your mind is now focusing on a problem that's not worth thinking about at all. Never focus on the problem. So once you realize that you're thinking about a problem that has happened, or it could be with the fact that you wasted milk. It can be really anything in life, though. In life, in your business, in your social circle. Don't focus on the problem. Tell yourself, all right, well, I know what the problem is, and I can't sit here and ponder with the problem. What's the solution? Is there a solution? Is it something I can do? Is there something that was done by someone else? Is there something that needs to be discussed? Is there anything that can be done at all? And it's important. Go through the different options that might be available, and if you find that there is nothing else that can be done, take it as a lesson, and take the time to sit 10-15 minutes and think about it. And once you arise, if you arise to the point where there's nothing you could have done differently, take it as a lesson and understand that there is something that you can do different in the future to prevent these kinds of mistakes from happening again. So that's part of being mindful, really taking control of your mind, how it's working, and controlling the things you think about. And I'll create a separate video on different strategies and tactics you can use to really engage yourself and engage your own mind and really start changing the way you process things. Number 3, stop seeking validation from others. This is extremely important when it comes to being comfortable with who you are. Leaders, for starters, are not liked by everyone. And here's something that is extremely important that you understand. It's not because leaders are bad people. There are bad leaders, and there are bad people who find themselves in positions of leadership. However, their personality isn't just for that role. And here's an example. We all remember, or most of us remember, the movie Lion King. There are two leaders in this movie. There is Mufasa and there is Scar. I guess there's music playing outside. It doesn't sound like a bad song, so it's fine. But there are two kinds of leaders, Scar and Mufasa. Your goal is to be a Mufasa. Sure, he was born into the role of king. However, his personality type for the short time that he was in the film is just for that role. Why? People follow him not because they fear him. They follow him because they choose to follow him. He is respectful. He is understanding. He knows the rules in which you can break and which you cannot. And he abides to those rules. He follows the same rules that he sets in place for his herd or his pride. Scar, on the other hand, fell into leadership through murder, and he's a very insecure kind of leader. He wants to take, and take. He wants the power. He wants to be followed. And he will banish you from the pride or commit horrendous acts to get what he wants. Now, that is not a leader. A leader doesn't force, a leader inspires. So when you're seeking validation from others, you act in a way that does not define your personality type as a leader. You are looking to have others validate you and tell you that you're right. However, a leader does not need to be told you are right, you are wrong. A leader knows what is right and what is wrong. Yes, mistakes happen. A leader also understands when it is time to admit a mistake and then to start focusing on a solution. It's not about searching and seeking the acceptance from others. So in order to be comfortable with yourself, you need to stop seeking validation from others. A leader, just the same as a king, if I'm the king of my land, you are free to do whatever it is you want, whenever it is you want, as long as you follow the rules that I have set for the land. And the rules that I have set for the land is because it looks after you and your safety and the growth of my land and the growth of my people. If you don't like it, don't be here. Don't be around me. Don't speak to me. I don't care. I have my own moral compass. I do not need anyone outside of myself to correct myself. So I'm not seeking validation. And for you to be comfortable with who you are, you should not be seeking validation. Understand your weaknesses, understand your own strengths, and accept it all, because that is what makes you you. Now, if there's something you feel like you need to be better at, you need to correct, go ahead and do that for yourself, and not by seeking validation from others to tell you Attaboy, good job. It's nice to hear that every once in a while, but most importantly, if you want to be comfortable with yourself, it's even better to hear that from yourself and believe it, right? Let's move on to number 4 on how to be comfortable with yourself. Don't outsmart your common sense. It is so important that you stop doing this. Oftentimes, people may find themselves especially in the workplace, with something called Impostor Syndrome. Why do people come into Imposter Syndrome? I actually went through that a few years ago. I was doing so well at my job, and it seemed so fucking easy. I just couldn't believe the results I was getting, and I was like, this has to be a mistake. So I searched and I searched and I searched, trying to prove myself wrong, trying to prove that this is not of my efforts. Until finally I realized it's my efforts that got me here. It is my efforts that are seeing these amazing results. It's my efforts that's providing this amazing performance. You need to trust and verify the work it is that you are doing. So don't outsmart your common sense. You know, sometimes you'll read an article about how to do something, and then you'll think, oh no, wait, this is not. Oh no, wait, but what about this, and then 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 this. You read the article, implement what the article has taught you, implement the knowledge that you have learned, and stop thinking that there's more. If there's more, you'll get there, but at the time being, don't outsmart your common sense. What you know is what you know. Move forward with what you know. Any mistakes that come along, anything that goes wrong, you will learn from it and be better next time around. Don't outsmart your common sense. Last but not least, on how to be comfortable with yourself, is trust yourself. We touched briefly on this earlier in the video. Trusting yourself is extremely important. Simple example, if you're going to make a decision, make that decision. Trust in yourself that it's the right decision. More importantly, trust that if it is the wrong decision, that you made that decision correctly due to you using the best and all the information that you have available. Boom. If you feel like you don't have all the information that is easily and readily available to you, get that information. Then make your decision. Trust that it's the right decision. Verify that it was the right decision. And if it's not, and also important, trust that you can resolve the situation and you can make it through any problem, because you're not focusing on the problem. If a problem arises, you are focusing on finding a solution, always focusing on a solution, because solutions move you forward. So these are ways to be comfortable with who you are. Meditate and practice self-love, practice mindfulness, stop seeking validation from others. Instead, start validating yourself. Do not outsmart your common sense, and trust yourself. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video with anyone who you believe might find value in it, and I'll see you guys next time.